Aw, Choux. I would eat it like this, but that's kind of weird. Also, Misu might judge me, so. Coconut, pecans, bananas, and whipped cream? If you're thinking about hummingbird cake, you're half right. Today, I'm making hummingbird cream puffs. It's all the flavors you love in a super cute package. Hummingbird cake. You might know this as a southern staple, but it's even more southern than you think. This is a pastry that was created in the island of Jamaica. That's why you see flavors like pineapple, banana, and coconut coursing all through this delicious confection. But first, we have to start with our choux. We're gonna start off with some butter, some hydration, H2O, our sugar, and our salt. And we're just gonna melt this before adding our flour. Typically when you make this, you start off by melting down your butter. You don't wanna boil it. It's really important that you cook down your flour. So I'm gonna show you how to really break down this flour and mix it until it's ready to be put into our mixer. So now that I have melted my butter down completely, I'm gonna add my flour. Before I kick the heat back on, I'm gonna give this a stir to make sure that all of that flour gets incorporated before the heat kisses it. Even now, as I stir, you can see that it's getting really tough to mix. Whenever the flour or the gluten strands cook down, they gelatinize and become stretchy and give our choux pastry the height and the volume that we're so desperately looking for. We're ready to start cooking our choux. We're gonna kick on our fire and we're gonna stir like our life depended on it. Also because the choux depends on it. We're going to be looking at the bottom of whatever our choux is touching the surface of our pan to see if a film develops. Just a little skin of cooked dough. And it's gonna feel like an arm workout, so keep your arms strong. I'm gonna turn off my heat and I'm gonna show you guys what I am cooking with. So what we're looking for in consistency is for it to kind of pull away from the spoon, but also it's nice and shiny. It's gonna be the way that we know whether or not our choux is going to be successful. I am going to open up my stand mixer and put in my choux pastry. Make sure that our mixture cools down significantly. Even if you think that your choux is ready, don't add your eggs earlier than your choux pastry tells you. Because if you do, you're gonna cook your eggs. Not only that, you actually won't get that perfect rise because there's not gonna be anything to help your choux pastry rise. Do not rush this step. Let your choux dough cool down. So now I'm gonna check to see if my choux is ready to have the eggs incorporated. I think so. It's nice and shiny. So we're gonna add our eggs one at a time. Our dough is forming ribbon-like structures all around our hook. The consistency is smooth and shiny. And once you see the shine, as well as these ribbons, you've got it. You've got your choux. Aw, choux. I would eat it like this, but that's kind of weird. Also, Misu might judge me, so I'm gonna put this in a piping bag and then we're gonna make the cookie. So we're gonna start with our butter, sugar, and now we're gonna cream our butter. And with this one, turn it to speed 1. Before it incorporates fully, I'm gonna add 1 to 2 drops of yellow food coloring. When we eat food, we normally eat with our eyes first. I'm gonna flatten out my cookie. And I'm gonna take another piece of parchment paper and sandwich it in between. So I'm gonna roll this out to 1/4 of an inch. I'm rolling in one direction so that I don't make any little creases, and I'm going to unstick this paper. We're gonna take our 2.5 inch rounds and make our cookies. And I'm gonna bring over my sheet tray and we're gonna pipe our choux. I now have my cookies and I have my choux ready. Now I'm gonna line my sheet tray with some parchment paper. So now I'm going to start piping my choux pastry. So you're gonna hover over your parchment paper and you're going to start squeezing down pretty aggressively, moving slightly up, stopping completely the flow of your choux. You're gonna lift this corner up like this and twist around like that. And that's how you cut off your choux. Here's your cookie. And now we're gonna lay it right on top. And now these bad boys are ready to go into the oven. I'm gonna show you how to make my most favorite filling, this candied pineapple. So first we're gonna start off with our pineapples that I can't stop eating. We're gonna add our sugar, pinch of salt, and we're gonna take our zester and zest some fresh zest in there. Just be careful, don't zest yourself. I'm gonna start our flame and give this guy a stir so that all that sugar gets incorporated with our pineapple. But we gotta keep stirring until the pineapples release a little bit of juice. You can see it now at the bottom. The pineapple and the sugar are melding together. Now what we're gonna do is caramelize our sugar. So this has been cooking for around 12 minutes. It is super translucent. There's a little bit of bite to it. There you go. And we're gonna put this onto the side so that it cools down. And we're gonna focus on our banana cream. We're gonna make this 3-ingredient whipped cream and it uses no sugar whatsoever. We're using all of the sweetness from the banana to give us all of that intense banana flavor. So first we're gonna start off with our banana, cut them into small chunks, and plop them in. Add a pinch of salt, and now we mix. Make sure it's on speed 1. And here you have it, your banana whip. So I'm taking a tiny serrated knife and I'm going to gently cut the top of my pastry so you can see that it's completely hollow. Remember the arm workout that we had earlier? That proved to give the best results. Beautiful. So first I'm gonna go in by layering this beautiful pineapple on the bottom and just stuff it in there. And now we're going to layer in some toasted pecans. You can be a little generous. Now we have our banana whip, our toasted coconut, and now we got our party hat on. Ta-da! And here you have it, your hummingbird cream puff. Let's give it a bite. Insane, out of this world. This pineapple is just bringing me to Jamaica. The pecans give it a crunch and an umami note. The coconut flakes, this is so good. And that choux pastry, it's just crispy and this cookie is crunchy. It's just so good. This is gonna be your favorite recipe to make at home all year round. Make sure you tag us when you do. Yeah, enjoy. Say bye.